Have you ever started your morning with something that felt healthy, maybe coffee with cream, a glass of orange juice, or that energy drink that promises to wake you up without realizing it might be quietly destroying your kidneys? Every sunrise, millions of people make the same simple mistake, and they don't see the damage until it's too late. The truth is shocking. The drink you choose in the first 10 minutes after waking can either heal your kidneys or silently push them closer to failure. Most people think kidney decline happens because of salt protein or aging. But what if the real danger isn't what's on your plate? It's what's in your glass. After a night of filtering toxins while you sleep, your kidneys are at their most vulnerable. The first thing you drink decides how well they'll function for the next 12 to 16 hours. Give them sugar, caffeine, or hidden additives, and you flood those delicate filters with stress, inflammation, and oxidative waste. Do it every day, and that gentle morning ritual slowly becomes a silent killer. But here's the hopeful part: your kidneys can heal. I've seen people who were days away from dialysis bring their numbers back toward normal simply by changing what they drink each morning. No expensive pills, no miracle supplements, just the right kind of hydration at the right time. Within weeks, creatinine drops, swelling fades, blood pressure calms, and energy begins to return. So if you wake up feeling exhausted, if your ankles are puffy, or if your doctor keeps warning that your GFR is slipping, don't panic. You're not doomed. The solution is far simpler and far closer than you think. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to discover 7 morning drinks proven to help your kidneys repair themselves naturally. These aren't trendy detoxes or marketing tricks. They're time-tested, science-backed combinations of natural ingredients that help your body lower inflammation, flush out toxins, and support healthy blood flow to every nephron. And before we dive into those powerful healing drinks, we need to uncover the truth. No one talks about the 4 normal morning beverages that are quietly ruining millions of kidneys every single day. Once you see how much damage they cause, you'll understand why changing that one small habit could be the turning point your kidneys have been waiting for. Let's start with the truth. Most people never hear from their doctors. The biggest damage to your kidneys doesn't come from red meat, salt, or even protein. It starts with the very first drink you reach for every single morning. The moment that liquid touches your system, your kidneys have to decide: filter it or fight it. And for nearly 9 out of 10 people, what they're forced to fight every day is far more toxic than they realize. Take a second and think, what's the first thing you drink when you wake up? Coffee with sugar and cream, a tall glass of orange juice, maybe one of those healthy energy drinks that promise focus and power. They all have one thing in common. They make your kidneys work overtime before your body has even had a chance to fully wake up. Here's why. Coffee loaded with dairy creamers and syrup spikes your blood sugar and constricts the arteries that feed your kidneys, cutting down blood flow by as much as 25% within minutes. Orange juice. It's not the vitamin C that's the problem, it's the sugar load. 1 glass can hit your system with the equivalent of 5 or 6 donuts, sending your insulin soaring and forcing your kidneys to filter excess glucose and potassium. And energy drinks, they combine high caffeine with synthetic taurine and sodium phosphates, a triple hit that dehydrates you, inflames your kidney tissue, and can raise creatinine levels in less than a month of daily use. I once reviewed the lab results of a patient who swore he lived clean. He exercised, he avoided processed food. But every morning he started with a tall glass of cranberry juice because he thought it cleansed the kidneys. When we calculated the potassium and sugar load, it turned out that each serving pushed his kidneys harder than eating dessert after every meal. His creatinine jumped from 2.1 to 3.4 in just 4 months. When we replaced that drink with a kidney-friendly alternative, his levels began to drop within weeks, proof that what you sip can undo months of careful effort, or it can save you. So before we talk about the drinks that heal, remember this: the wrong morning beverage doesn't just tire your kidneys, it accelerates decline quietly day after day. You won't feel the damage until it's almost too late. But just knowing what not to drink isn't enough, because the next drink you'll hear about doesn't merely protect your kidneys. It helps them heal from years of hidden damage. After seeing how the wrong morning drink can silently wear down your kidneys, it's time to flip the script, because the right one can do the opposite. Imagine starting your day with something that doesn't just avoid harm, but actually wakes up your kidneys, supports detoxification, and helps your body restore balance from the inside out. That's exactly what happens with one of the simplest, most overlooked combinations on earth: fresh lemon water with a tiny pinch of Himalayan pink salt. Most people are shocked to hear that salt can help kidneys, but here's the truth: not all salt is the enemy. Your body needs trace minerals to regulate blood pressure, nerve signaling, and hydration, the very functions your kidneys control every second of the day. The problem isn't sodium itself, it's the type of sodium. Processed table salt is stripped, bleached, and mixed with anti-caking agents that burden your kidneys. Himalayan pink salt, on the other hand, contains over 80 natural trace minerals that work in harmony with your body's filtration system. When paired with the citric acid from fresh lemon juice, it becomes one of the most powerful kidney-healing elixirs known in natural medicine. Here's what science tells us. Research from the University of California, San Diego found that people who drank lemon water daily reduced their risk of kidney stones by up to 85%. The reason citric acid binds with calcium in the urine, preventing those painful crystals from ever forming. Beyond that, lemons help your kidneys excrete excess uric acid, one of the hidden toxins behind kidney inflammation, gout, and fatigue. And the vitamin C in lemon acts as a potent antioxidant, shielding your delicate kidney cells from oxidative stress, the same process that drives aging and scarring. I remember a woman named Patricia, 64, retired teacher, stage 4 kidney disease, creatinine, nearly 5. She had given up hope of avoiding dialysis. We started simple 16 ounces of warm lemon water with a pinch of pink salt every morning before breakfast. In just 8 weeks, her creatinine dropped from 4.8 to 3.9, and her eGFR rose from 18 to 26. Her swelling eased, her blood pressure stabilized. She said it felt like her body finally started breathing again. Timing matters. Drink it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, about 30 minutes before any food. Half a lemon filtered water and just a whisper of salt. If you can taste it strongly, you've added too much. Simple, inexpensive, but unbelievably powerful. This is how real healing begins, by giving your kidneys the exact environment they need to repair themselves. But only knowing what helps is still not enough, because another drink, one that most people overlook completely, can push this healing even further, working through a completely different pathway you've probably never heard about. If lemon water helps your kidneys start the day on the right note, the next drink takes that healing one step deeper by cleaning out what's been silently building up inside your filters for years. I'm talking about dandelion root tea, one of nature's oldest yet most underrated detoxifiers. Most people see dandelions as annoying weeds in their backyard, but in ancient medicine from China to Europe, they were treasured as a tonic for the liver and kidneys. Modern science is finally catching up. Dandelion root contains natural compounds called sesquiterpene lactones, gentle diuretics that help your kidneys release excess fluid and toxins without stripping away vital minerals like potassium or magnesium. Unlike harsh diuretic drugs that deplete nutrients and strain kidney tissue, dandelion works with your body, not against it. It encourages healthy urine flow, supports balanced electrolytes, and helps your kidneys breathe again after years of overload. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Dandelion root is rich in inulin, a prebiotic fiber that feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. And this matters more than most people realize. Your gut and kidneys are a team. When your gut microbiome is healthy, it produces fewer uremic toxins, which means your kidneys have less waste to filter. Research published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology showed that dandelion extract reduced biochemical markers of kidney damage by nearly 40% in lab studies, an incredible testament to how much healing potential lies in this humble root. One patient I'll never forget was Robert, a 57-year-old truck driver battling diabetic kidney disease. His blood sugar was under control, but his kidney function kept sliding. We added 2 cups of organic dandelion root tea to his daily routine, 1 in the morning, 1 before bed. Within 6 months, his inflammatory markers dropped by 35%, and his GFR stabilized for the first time in years. He told me, "It's like the pressure inside my body finally eased." To make it simmer, 1 tablespoon of dried dandelion root in 2 cups of water for 15 to 20 minutes. Strain, sip it warm, and if it tastes too earthy, add a touch of raw honey or a squeeze of lemon. Avoid artificial sweeteners. They undo the very benefits you're trying to achieve. When taken consistently, this simple tea doesn't just flush your kidneys, it helps reset the entire detox system that supports them. But knowing how to cleanse isn't the end of the story, because the next drink works in a completely different way, not by flushing, but by nourishing the blood vessels that feed your kidneys themselves. And that's where real long-term repair begins. If dandelion root tea helps your kidneys flush out the old, the next drink helps them receive something even more essential: oxygen and circulation. Because here's the truth, most kidney damage isn't just about toxins, it's about what never reaches them. clean, nutrient-rich blood. And that's where fresh celery juice comes in. Now I know what you're thinking. Celery, that bland stalk we usually ignore in salads, yes. But when you extract it fresh, it becomes one of the most powerful, natural vascular tonics on earth. Celery contains compounds called phthalides, which gently relax the smooth muscles in your blood vessels, improving blood flow to every organ, especially the kidneys. When your circulation opens up, your kidneys finally get the oxygen and nutrients they need to repair microscopic damage that's been accumulating for years. Here's where science meets simplicity. Studies on celery extract have shown measurable drops in blood pressure thanks to its ability to relax arteries and enhance nitric oxide activity, the same molecule your body uses to keep your vessels flexible and youthful. Each glass of celery juice also delivers a unique blend of sodium, potassium, and magnesium in perfect balance, acting like a natural electrolyte infusion that hydrates you at the cellular level. Unlike the sodium chloride found in processed salt, the sodium in celery is organic, meaning your body can use it without creating extra burden on your kidneys. Let me tell you about Sandra, a 48-year-old office manager who came to me exhausted, foggy, and discouraged. Her creatinine hovered around 1.9, and every afternoon she hit a wall of fatigue. We added 16 ounces of fresh celery juice to her mornings, nothing fancy, just juice from 8 to 10 stalks consumed on an empty stomach. Within 6 weeks, her swelling vanished, her energy returned, and her creatinine stabilized. She said it felt like my body stopped fighting itself. To make it work for you, freshness is key. Always juice real celery stalks, not bottled, not pasteurized, not from a shelf. Drink it immediately within 30 minutes of juicing before the nutrients oxidize. Start small, around 4 ounces a day, then build up to 16 as your digestion adjusts. Think of celery juice as a wake-up call for your kidneys, a rush of hydration and circulation that tells your body it's time to heal. But only boosting blood flow still isn't enough, because the next drink doesn't just support circulation. It directly protects your kidneys from one of their deadliest enemies, high blood pressure itself. Once your kidneys begin to receive better circulation from celery juice, the next step is protecting that fragile blood flow from the silent killer that ruins millions of kidneys every year: high blood pressure. You can't heal filtration if your blood vessels are constantly under attack, and that's exactly why the next drink deserves a permanent place in your daily routine: hibiscus tea. At first glance, it looks simple, just a deep red herbal tea. But inside those crimson petals is one of the most powerful combinations of antioxidants and organic acids ever found in nature. Hibiscus contains anthocyanins, the same compounds that give berries their dark color, and they act like microscopic shields, protecting your kidney cells from oxidative stress, the same process that causes scarring and hardening over time. Here's where it gets fascinating. Multiple human studies have shown that drinking hibiscus tea daily can lower systolic blood pressure by 10 to 15 points, results comparable to certain prescription medications without the side effects. In a world where nearly half of adults battle hypertension, that's not just helpful, it's life-saving. Lower blood pressure means less strain on the delicate glomeruli, the microscopic filters that decide whether your kidneys survive or fail. But hibiscus doesn't stop there. Its natural diuretic properties help your body shed excess sodium and water, easing fluid retention without depleting essential minerals. And those same organic acids, citric and malic acid, help prevent kidney stones and balance the body's pH, reducing the acid load that forces your kidneys to work overtime. I'll never forget David, a 62-year-old mechanic whose blood pressure stayed stubbornly high despite 3 medications. His kidneys were deteriorating fast. His doctor was already preparing him for dialysis. We added 2 cups of hibiscus tea to his day, 1 in the morning, 1 before bed. Within 12 weeks, his blood pressure dropped enough that his doctor was able to remove 1 medication, and his kidney decline slowed dramatically. He told me, "It's the first time in years my numbers actually moved in the right direction." To make it, steep 1 tablespoon of dried hibiscus petals in a cup of hot water for 10 to 15 minutes until the color turns a rich ruby red. Drink it warm or chilled, but never add sugar. Use stevia or a squeeze of lemon if needed. 1 cup in the morning and another in the evening can work wonders. The vibrant red color of hibiscus isn't just beautiful, it's a signal of the healing power inside. But while protecting your kidneys from pressure is vital, there's another factor most people forget, something that affects not just your blood but your metabolism itself. And understanding that could completely change how your kidneys age. Now that your blood pressure is under control, there's another hidden danger quietly working against your kidneys' unstable blood sugar and chronic inflammation. Even if you're not diabetic, every time your glucose spikes, your kidneys absorb that stress. Over months and years, those small spikes scar the fragile blood vessels that feed each nephron. That's why this next drink is so powerful. It tackles both inflammation and blood sugar at the same time. It's the combination of green tea and fresh ginger. Green tea isn't just a refreshing drink. It's one of the richest sources of catechins, natural antioxidants that protect your kidneys from oxidative damage and even help repair cellular membranes that have already been weakened. Among them, one compound stands out, EGCG epigallocatechin galate. This compound helps improve insulin sensitivity, meaning your body can handle glucose more efficiently without forcing your kidneys to clean up the aftermath. In long-term studies, people who drank green tea regularly had up to 44% lower risk of developing chronic kidney disease compared to those who didn't. But when you add fresh ginger, the effect multiplies. Ginger contains gingerols and shogals, powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that calm swelling in kidney tissue and improve blood flow throughout the body. Ginger also supports digestion and eases nausea, a common symptom in people whose kidneys are struggling to filter waste properly. Together, these two ingredients work like a detox team. Green tea shields your cells from oxidative assault, while ginger reduces the inflammation that silently drives kidney decline. I once worked with Margaret, a 71-year-old grandmother, whose creatinine hovered at 2.8 and who battled constant nausea that made eating nearly impossible. We swapped her morning coffee for green tea, infused with a few thin slices of fresh ginger. Over 4 months, her appetite returned, her energy stabilized, and her creatinine dropped slightly to 2.6, small but significant. She told me, "It's like my body stopped fighting every meal." To prepare it properly, use high-quality green tea leaves, not the cheap powdered kind. Heat your water to about 175 degrees Celsius, not boiling, or you'll destroy the catechins. Steep for 3 to 4 minutes. Then add a fresh 1/4-inch slice of ginger and let it infuse for 2 more minutes. Avoid adding milk. It blocks absorption of the active compounds. A little stevia or raw honey is fine if you need sweetness. This soothing golden green drink doesn't just refresh you, it balances your metabolism, defends your kidneys, and calms your entire system from the inside out. But even with better sugar control and less inflammation, there's still one more thing your kidneys desperately need, a way to flush out what's already trapped inside before it can do more damage. And that's exactly what the next drink delivers. When inflammation and blood sugar are finally under control, your kidneys can start to breathe again. But there's one more obstacle that silently builds up in almost everyone: uric acid and calcium crystals. These microscopic deposits may seem harmless at first, yet over time they clog your kidney filters like sand grinding inside a machine. The next drink is designed to stop that process before it starts: parsley tea, one of nature's most underestimated kidney cleansers. Parsley might sound too simple, but inside those bright green leaves is a powerhouse of compounds that help your kidneys detoxify naturally. The hero among them is apigenin, a flavonoid that encourages your kidneys to release excess salt and water while reducing the acidity that feeds stone formation. Along with apigenin, parsley is rich in vitamin C, vitamin K, and chlorophyll, nutrients that protect your kidney tissues and support healthy red blood cell function. What makes parsley tea unique is that it's not a harsh diuretic. It doesn't force your kidneys to overwork. Instead, it acts like a gentle rinse, washing out uric acid and oxalates that would otherwise crystallize into stones. A study published in the Journal of Urology Research showed that parsley extract increased urinary volume and lowered calcium oxalate concentration, significantly reducing the risk of future stones, all while keeping essential minerals in balance. I'll never forget Carlos, a 54-year-old restaurant owner who came to me terrified after suffering 2 kidney stone attacks in a single year. His creatinine had climbed to 2.3, and he lived in constant fear of that stabbing pain returning. We added parsley tea to his morning ritual, 1 warm cup before breakfast brewed from fresh leaves and stems. Over the next 8 months, his creatinine dropped to 2.0, and he never had another stone episode. He told me, "It feels like my kidneys finally got a fresh start." To make it yourself, use about 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley leaves and stems for each cup of boiling water. Let it steep for 10 to 15 minutes. If you only have dried parsley, 1 tablespoon will do, though fresh is stronger. Add a few drops of lemon juice if you prefer a cleaner taste, and avoid sugar or salt. Drink 1 cup in the morning 30 minutes before eating, and another in the afternoon if you're retaining water. Parsley tea works like a daily reset, flushing away the residues that could one day send you to the emergency room. But flushing alone still isn't the end of the story, because there's one final herb that doesn't just clean, it rebuilds. It restores minerals, boosts energy, and helps your kidneys regain the strength they once had. And that's exactly what we'll uncover next. Once your kidneys have been flushed and cleansed with parsley, there's one final step that completes the healing cycle restoration, because detox without nourishment is like draining a car engine without refilling the oil. Your kidneys need minerals, oxygen, and gentle support to rebuild their strength. That's where nettle leaf tea, often called the forgotten tonic of the blood and kidneys, becomes a game changer. At first glance, nettle looks like nothing more than a stinging weed, but beneath that sting lies one of the most mineral-dense plants on Earth. Every leaf is packed with potassium, magnesium, calcium, and iron, all in organic forms that your kidneys can easily use without strain. Unlike supplements that can overload the system, these minerals are food-bound, meaning your body absorbs only what it needs and releases the rest naturally. The result: stronger filtration, improved red blood cell production, and a noticeable lift in energy. Nettle also acts as a mild diuretic, but not in the dehydrating way most people fear. Instead, it encourages steady urine flow that helps eliminate metabolic waste while preserving electrolytes. More importantly, nettle contains anti-inflammatory phytonutrients that calm the chronic inflammation driving kidney scarring. In one study published in the International Journal of Phytotherapy, nettle extract was shown to lower inflammatory markers and support better kidney function in participants with early-stage chronic kidney disease. I think of Helen, a 68-year-old artist living with stage 4 CKD who was constantly exhausted despite taking iron supplements. Her hemoglobin sat at 9.2, far below normal, and her energy was gone. We added 2 cups of nettle tea to her day, 1 in the morning and 1 mid-afternoon. 3 months later, her hemoglobin had risen to 10.8, her energy returned, and her doctor called her improvement remarkable. She said, "It felt like someone turned my lights back on." To brew nettle tea, steep 1 tablespoon of dried nettle leaves in a cup of hot water for 15 to 20 minutes. If you prefer fresh leaves, handle them with gloves before steeping. The sting disappears once boiled. The tea has a mild, earthy flavor, which you can brighten with a squeeze of lemon to enhance mineral absorption. Think of nettle as the nourishment your kidneys have been waiting for, nature's way of giving back what years of stress and medication may have taken away. But this isn't just where the healing ends, because understanding these drinks is only half the story. How you combine and rotate them each week determines whether your kidneys simply stabilize or truly regenerate. Now that you know the 7 most powerful kidney healing drinks, the real magic begins not in theory, but in routine. Because healing doesn't come from trying something once. It comes from consistency, timing, and the quiet discipline of showing up for your health every single morning. What you do within the first 30 minutes of waking up can shape your kidney's entire day. Here's how to turn these healing drinks into a rhythm your body understands. When you first wake up, before coffee, before breakfast, before checking your phone, drink 16 ounces of lemon water with a tiny pinch of Himalayan pink salt. This primes your filtration system, restores minerals lost overnight, and sets your body's pH toward healing. Then about 30 minutes later, rotate one of the kidney healing drinks through the week. Think of it like giving your kidneys a different treatment each morning, each with its own purpose. Monday, dandelion root tea to detox and clear buildup. Tuesday, celery juice to boost circulation and hydration. Wednesday, hibiscus tea to lower pressure and inflammation. Thursday, green tea with ginger to balance blood sugar and calm the system. Friday, parsley tea to flush acid and prevent stones. Saturday, nettle leaf tea to replenish minerals and fight fatigue. Sunday, return to dandelion root, or whichever your body craves most. This rotation ensures your kidneys get a wide spectrum of nutrients, antioxidants, and compounds that work synergistically, not repetitively. I often tell my patients, don't chase perfection, chase consistency. Because your kidneys love rhythm, the same gentle, predictable flow every day. Over time, this daily ritual becomes more than just hydration. It becomes an act of healing intention. People often report subtle shifts within 2 weeks: less bloating, lighter mornings, clearer thinking, more stable blood pressure. By week 4, labs begin to show the difference: creatinine leveling out, GFR stabilizing, swelling gone. And if you want to take it even further, make this ritual mindful. Breathe slowly while you sip. Feel your body warming from the inside. Healing isn't just physical, it's emotional too. When your nervous system calms, your blood vessels open, your pressure drops, and your kidneys heal faster. This is how simple it can be: one mindful drink every morning, building a new story for your health. But just forming the habit isn't enough, because what truly transforms kidney health is understanding why these rituals work together, how they protect you from relapse, and the mindset that turns recovery into long-term strength. And that's exactly where we're heading next. Every transformation starts with knowledge, but it lasts only when it becomes identity. You can drink every healing tea on this list, follow every rotation, and still slip backward if your daily mindset stays the same. Because kidney healing isn't just a 30-day protocol. It's a way of living that tells your body, I'm done fighting against you. I'm ready to work with you. When I ask my patients what made the biggest difference in their recovery, their answers always surprise me. It's rarely the lemon water or the dandelion root or even the lab results. It's the moment they stopped seeing healing as punishment and started seeing it as empowerment. The morning drink became more than a task, it became a ritual that reminded them they were still in control. One patient told me, I stopped feeling like a victim of my kidneys. I started feeling like their guardian. That shift changes everything. Science backs this up more than people think. Research in Frontiers in Psychology found that stress hormones like cortisol can constrict blood flow to the kidneys and worsen filtration. On the other hand, daily calm through breathing, gratitude, or even quiet focus while drinking your tea helps lower blood pressure and balance insulin, two of the biggest threats to kidney health. The mind and body are not separate systems. They're one conversation happening through your bloodstream. So tomorrow morning, when you hold that glass of lemon water or sip that warm herbal tea, pause for just a second, breathe. Feel your heart slow down. You're not just hydrating, you're resetting. You're sending your kidneys a message. You're safe. You can heal now. That one intention repeated every morning begins to rewire more than your habits. It rewires your biology. By now you know what to avoid, what to drink, and how to build the rhythm that supports regeneration. But the real secret isn't in any single drink. It's in showing up every morning, even on the days you don't feel like it. Because consistency tells your body something no supplement ever can, that you believe in its ability to heal. Keep that belief alive. Protect it fiercely. Because healing isn't a finish line, it's a lifelong partnership with your body. And as long as you nurture that connection, your kidneys and your entire system will keep finding new ways to thrive. But before we close, let's bring all of this together and see how these small daily acts create one powerful transformation you can start today. If you've made it this far, take a moment, because that already means you care about your health more than most people ever will. Maybe you started watching this video with fear, afraid of your lab results, afraid of dialysis, or tired of feeling like your body is betraying you. But I want you to remember something powerful. Your kidneys are not broken. They are waiting for you to give them the right environment to heal. Healing doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't require perfection. It starts with small, consistent choices: a glass of lemon water instead of juice, a cup of hibiscus tea instead of soda, a few quiet minutes of mindfulness instead of morning stress. Each one of those choices sends a message to your body: I haven't given up on you. And when you keep that promise, your kidneys respond slowly, quietly, but faithfully. So here's my advice to you. Start small, start today, but never stop. Don't let another morning slip away on autopilot. Pick one of these drinks: lemon water, dandelion, celery, hibiscus, green tea with ginger, parsley, or nettle, and make it part of your story. Do it for 30 days. Track how you feel, and you'll begin to notice clearer mornings, lighter body, calmer blood pressure, steadier energy. These are not coincidences, they're signs of recovery, and if this message has spoken to you, don't let it fade when the video ends. Save this video so you can come back to it on the tough days, the days when you feel stuck or doubt the process. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell, because I'll be sharing more evidence-based kidney guidance, natural protocols, and inspiring recovery stories to help you stay on track. Every week, I'll bring you tools, motivation, and the latest medical insights to protect your kidneys for life. You deserve to wake up without fear, to see your lab numbers improve, to feel strong and alive again. And it is possible. Thousands of people have reversed early kidney damage, stabilized their function, and reclaimed their energy, not through miracles, but through awareness, commitment, and love for their own body. So promise yourself this: tomorrow morning, before your phone, before the rush, take 60 seconds to pour that first glass of healing. Look at it as your daily act of self-respect. Because you're not just keeping your kidneys alive, you're keeping hope alive. Remember, healing doesn't start in hospitals, it starts in homes and small, quiet moments like this one. Your kidneys are listening, your body is ready, and your journey has just begun. Now go ahead, save this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe for more medical guidance and science-backed tips to protect your kidneys and your life. You've already taken the first step now. Let's keep walking this path together.